Good morning, everyone. I am DeeAnn Green. I'm the Psychology, Communication, and Music Librarian at the UTSA Libraries. And what I'm going to do for you today is talk about some of the services available for graduate students at the UTSA Libraries, and also take a peek at some of the tools that we have available on our website to help you with your research. So some of the things that we're going to cover today, we'll talk a little bit about research, and not only just about researching on your own, but how you can go about getting help with your research. So we'll talk about the subject specialist in the library, and you actually have your own librarian at the library. It's something you may not be aware of or know, but that librarian can help you with any questions that you have about research in your area. We're going to talk a little bit about EndNote research software, a really helpful tool to help you with organizing your research, and I'll show you how to go about getting that, and talk about some of the workshops that we have available on EndNote too. And we'll talk about doing research, getting started in the library, finding books on our website, ebooks, articles, dissertations. We have so many different things available to you just from our website that you can access from any computer. You don't have to be on campus or in the library to access these materials. It's really a really wonderful resource for you. And then we'll talk a little bit about if you happen to run into, maybe we don't have a book at the UTSA libraries or an article that you need, how you can go about requesting those materials from other libraries. So just to give you an overview of our locations, the UTSA libraries, we have 3 locations. At the 1604 campus, the John Peace Library building, and we're actually on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th floors of the John Peace Library building. We've been expanding quite a bit on the 4th floor of late, and we have some awesome new study space on the 4th floor that just opened actually yesterday. So the 2nd floor is where you're going to find our service desks, the information desk where you can get research help, and the front desk where you can check out books. And on the 3rd floor is where you're going to find most of our print books that we have in the collection. We also have a entirely e-library, the Applied Engineering and Technology Library, which is also at the 1604 campus, but it's in the AET building. And it's a beautiful space if you need a place to study or if you need to meet with a group. We have really great study rooms there. And you have access to all of our online resources through the UTSA libraries whenever you're working in the AET library. We also have a location, if you happen to be primarily at the downtown campus, we do have a downtown library. It's in the Buena Vista building on the 2nd floor. Again, a really beautiful space. We have all of the same resources. You have access to all of the same resources at that library that you have access to at the main and AET library. So we'll talk a little bit about research assistants. And of course, you can come into the library, any of our locations, and you can get help that way. You can come to the information desk. In the JPL, that's the large desk in the middle of the 2nd floor. It says information desk right over the top. You can come up and ask any question about research, if it's just how to get started with your research, what database to use, or if you have other questions, anything at all. You can always ask us in person. But what might be more convenient for you is you can chat with us on our website. We have a really new, awesome chat feature on our website. There's a window that's available pretty much on every page where you would be doing research. And you can go into that window and just ask us any question at all. And we staff this. It's actually 10 a.m. through 10 p.m. throughout the week, and we also have weekend hours as well. I'll go ahead and go to that page so you can see all of the different contact options that you have for us. So you'll see our chat hours here. So these actually stay pretty much the same, although in between semesters we do tend to limit the hours just a bit. And then you'll see where you can contact us, the main numbers where you can contact us and get assistance. So if you do have a question and you want to just give us a call, sometimes depending on what your question is, it's easier to call us. You can do that. And we do have a number for the main campus and also the downtown library too. And what I like to always recommend to students is if you happen to call that 4573 number and it's busy or no one picks up, go ahead and call the other 2446 number, because staff can help you at the downtown library just as well as as the staff at the main campus. So it's a good thing to know. You can also email us, and what we do, this is kind of a general email, and we receive your email, and then it will be forwarded on to your librarian, or the librarian for the area that you're doing research in. So that's kind of how that works. I'm going to go ahead and go back to our main page. And just so I can show you, we actually have our chat is closed right now because we don't open till 10 a.m. and we're actually recording right now at 9 a.m. But whenever you are on our site, you're going to see a little chat window popping up over here on the bottom right. So if you ever need anything at all, you can just chat with us. And that's something that it's been really popular. We just started the new chat a couple months ago, and it's really taken off. It's been wonderful. And there's actually a librarian sitting on the other side of the computer waiting to answer your question. I've talked a little bit about the librarians. We do have several subject specialists for the different areas, the different subject areas. And let's go ahead and go back to our website, and I'll show you where you can find our contact information. If you hover over the contact link on our homepage, and then just scroll down just a bit and you'll see a link for subject specialist librarians here. And you'll see all of the librarians listed alphabetically by our last name. But you can also see the subject areas, so you can find your librarians. So for example, if you're in engineering, Jeff McAdams will be your librarian. You can click his name and you'll get all of his contact info, the different ways that you can get in touch with Jeff. You can give him a call, and these are actually our direct lines, so you're getting straight to the librarian whenever you call our number here. And then also where you can email us as well. And you'll also see our office hours. What I would recommend is, I don't know that the office hours are always current, so just go ahead and call your librarian or email them. We actually may have more times available than what is listed here on the contact info page for your librarian. So email us, call us, and we can, more than likely, we're probably available more than just those times that are listed on our office hours here as well. Okay, and one more thing I wanted to talk about, our workshops. We do offer workshops through the library, and you can find those listed on our homepage. We'll go back over to the home page. The workshops are listed at the bottom of the page. And some of these workshops we do, they're sponsored just by the library, and then some are in collaboration with other departments. You'll see upcoming workshops listed here, but if you go to view all, this is where you'll see all of the available workshops. And we do tend to kind of concentrate our workshops more towards, I would say, about a month into the semester. You're going to find that's when most of our workshop offerings are. One thing I always like to tell students about our workshops is, if you happen to be browsing through the list of available times and any of those times don't work for you, you can always just send us an email and say, hey, I need to come in and I want to get some information, for example, on EndNote, if you're interested in EndNote, but the times that are listed there for the workshops don't work for you. You can always just send us an email and say, I really need to learn about this, but the times don't work for me. Can you maybe schedule a consultation with me, or a time where you can work with me one-on-one? And we're always more than happy to do that. So, but from this page, if you do happen to see a time that does work for you, then you can go ahead and register for the workshop. And a lot of these we actually hold in the library. We have a computer classroom on the 3rd floor where we have our workshops. So I've talked a little bit about EndNote. EndNote is a software that's available for free to you as a student at UTSA. And basically what it does is it helps you with organizing your research. So if you're writing a research paper, you're writing a thesis, it's a really wonderful tool to help you out. And basically what it is it's where you can create a database of all of your citations. And you can also attach the full text of those articles to those citations as well. And It's really wonderful because it actually talks to Microsoft Word. So whenever you're writing your paper, you can insert your in-text citations, and it's going to build your bibliography for you. And it will do that according to whatever citation style that you need. There are many, many, many citation styles available through EndNote, but it's just wonderful because it formats your citations for you. And you can download it from ASAP. If you log into ASAP, there's a software downloads tab that you can click, and you'll see where there's EndNote available for PC and for Mac. So you can click whichever one you need and download it to your computer. The one good thing to know about our workshops, our EndNote workshops, they are very hands-on. So you can come, and it is best to maybe have EndNote already installed on your laptop, but we'll actually use it in class, and you'll get to play around with it and get familiar with using it so you can be comfortable with it when you're doing it on your own for your own research. Now, we do have research guides on EndNote. In addition to the workshops, we have these as well. And the research guides will pretty much go through everything you need to know about EndNote, from creating and saving your library or your database of citations to citing while you write whenever you're working with Microsoft Word. And these are actually available from our home page. So the research guides link, you can click here and citing, and you'll see several different research guides for citing, but this is where you'll find the guides for EndNote for Mac and PC users. Okay, so we've looked at the library website a little bit, but I'd like to kind of talk about it a little more in depth, give you a little bit of an overview of what's available. Our website is at lib.utsa.edu, and you can go to the UTSA homepage. Sometimes that's easiest. So from here, you can hover over My UTSA, and then you'll see a link to the libraries. So on our page, kind of the important links are over here on the left. These are mostly the links that you use whenever you're doing research. What you'll find under the databases link, this is an alphabetical list of all of our databases. And our databases contain primarily journal articles, but they also contain magazine articles, newspaper articles. We also have some databases that have ebooks as well, and streaming video, you name it. All kinds of different formats you're going to find in our databases. If you click the databases link, you'll see where you can browse our databases by title. So if you know which database you need to use, you can come this route. If you're not quite sure which database you need to use, you can scroll down just a little bit and you can see our databases grouped by discipline. So for example, if you're researching in business, you can click business, and it's going to give you some of the business databases recommended by our business librarian, Natasha. And you'll be able to link directly into the databases from these pages. Now when you're off campus, it will ask you for your MyUTSA username and password whenever you click on the database name. And that's just to verify that you're a student, because not everyone has access to our databases from our website. And we're going to go back to our home page. The library quick search box is very prominent right in the middle of the page, and this is a great place to get started with your research. So if you're just getting started, this is going to search most of the library's content. So most of the content that's available in our databases, so articles, it's also going to search for books that we have in print at the library, ebooks. So kind of think of it like the UTSA Library's Google. It searches everything we have. And just like Google, whenever you're searching it, you're going to get a lot of hits. You're going to get a lot of stuff. So it's really great if you're doing research, interdisciplinary research, because it's searching pretty much everything we have. It's a really great place to start. And whenever you're searching in Library Quick Search, it is searching the content of most of our databases, but not everything. Not every single database that we subscribe to is actually going to, the content is going to come up in Quick Search, but most of that content will. So it's a really great place to get started. The Books and More link will take you into our catalog, UCAT, and this is really a good place to go if you have a specific book that you're looking for or a certain title. You can search by title here. We're actually going to go into each of these and do some searches in a minute, but I'm just kind of giving you an overview of what each tool does right now. And with the Books and More link, you can actually go and log into your library account and see which books you currently have checked out, if you have any checked out, and you can renew those online as well. The eJournals link will show you which journals we have online access to. And this is purely just online access. So for example, if you want to see if we have the Wall Street Journal, you can type in the name and it'll tell you which database we have that available through. And just giving you a quick overview right now of what's here. The Get It For Me, so if you happen to run into any articles whenever you're searching in our databases that aren't available online, you can always request those. And I'll show you how to go about doing that in just a minute. Google Scholar is a really great tool, just like Library Quick Search. If you're doing interdisciplinary research or you're just getting started with your research, you can search Google Scholar and it will give you links to articles that are available full text online through the UTSA libraries. And just be aware that whenever you're using Google Scholar, not everything is going to be available through the UTSA libraries, but you'll always see a link where you can request those articles if we don't happen to have them and get them from other libraries. I do want to talk more about the research guides just a bit. So as you probably noticed when we were looking at the databases page, we have a lot of databases that you have access to, and it's over 500 now. And it's always growing. So it's a little confusing knowing which database is going to be best for your area of research. The research guides are here to kind of help you know which databases are going to be good. So rather than looking at 500 databases and trying to figure out which one is going to work for your research and education, you can click the research guides link on our homepage, click the education link, and then you're going to see several guides here. And the librarians actually build these research guides for classes or for certain subject areas. But in this case, I'm just kind of looking for the general education research guide. I'm going to click that. And all of these research guides are laid out pretty much the same way. You're going to see the different tabs across the top here. So depending on what you're looking for, what type of research you're looking for, if you are looking for articles, then you're going to see some of the databases that our education librarian would recommend for doing research in education. And this is a much shorter list than what you would find if you're searching through that databases link on our homepage. So it makes it a little bit more manageable, a little bit easier to figure out where to go. Sorry, I'm just going to pop back over to my slide just to see what else I'm covering here. So now that we have kind of an overview, let's go ahead and use some of these tools. So we'll start with Library Quick Search. And again, this searches all of our content, everything that we have. You can see right above the search box, it says find articles, books, movies, and more. Pretty much everything that we have access to. Now, one of the things that you can do, if you're searching a phrase, you can actually put it in quotes whenever you're using Library Quick Search, and that's just going to make your results a little more relevant. And actually what we might do here, let's leave those quotes off. We'll just see how many results we get. And we're getting about 1 million, so it's quite a bit. Let's use those quotes now, just to search that exact phrase. And this should help narrow that down a little bit. We're still getting a lot, 110,000. So what we can do is maybe throw in another search term here. Maybe we're looking at a particular group, so we can do teenagers. It's just going to automatically end that term, and so now we have about 4,700 results. It's still a lot. But one of the nice things about this tool, one of the things I really love about it, again, no matter what area you're researching, you can come here and it's going to be a really good place to start. But one of the things that you'll notice is that you can limit your results. And as a grad student, you're probably going to want to look at the scholarly peer-reviewed publications. So you'll see a limit for scholarly peer review over here on the left. And now we have about 1,000. Still a lot. One of the great things I love about this tool, though, is it does do a relevance sort. So whenever you're searching, those articles that are at the top of your results list, those should be the most relevant to those search terms that you typed in. So what you could do, even though we're getting about 900 articles, you could maybe just scroll through the first couple of pages and you're going to see the most relevant articles there, or the most relevant items. We haven't actually limited to journal articles, so let's go ahead and do that. And that's going to help a little bit, but we still have about just a little bit less than what we had before. But again, depending on what you're looking for, most of the time I'm thinking you're probably going to be looking for journal articles, so you'll probably be using that limit over here on the left, the scholarly peer review limit. And one thing that you'll see, if you ever see a way to limit to full text online, that's something I would recommend not doing. Don't apply that limit full text online, because it's going to that may limit your results too much. And it's very possible that even though the full text of that article may not be online, it may be a good article for you, and you could be not including something in your research that may be really helpful. But let's scroll down just a bit just to talk about some of the other limits. You can limit by discipline. Now, probably what I would want to do with my search is maybe look at the articles that are within the discipline of psychology. Again, just bringing my results down a little bit more, hopefully giving me the more relevant articles within my search results. And if you click the more, if you don't happen to see your discipline listed on the side of your results, you can click the more and you'll see some of the other disciplines here. You can see how many articles are within each discipline, so that kind of really helps. Even though you do get a lot, this is a great way to narrow. The publication date, a lot of times I know whenever you're looking for research, you probably want the most recent stuff, so we could say, okay, I know there's some older articles coming up here in my search, but I just want to look at the last 5 years of research. So you can use that publication date to limit that. The subject terms, this is also helpful too. This is pulling out all of the articles that have psychology, for example, as a subject, not just mentioned anywhere in the article, in the title or the abstract, but as a subject term. So there are about 210. And I would say if you can get your results down to about 200, that's a pretty good search. And again, you can always play with your keywords, try different keywords. If the ones that you try initially don't work, try some different ones. And of course, thinking of the language of the discipline, using that kind of vocabulary is going to give you the better articles. So this is Library Quick Search, and as you're searching, looking at your results, you can go ahead and pop those articles into a folder. And then when you're done, you can go over to your folder and you can go ahead and you can email those articles to yourself, or you can print whatever you want to do with them. Most of the time, whenever you're searching Library Quick Search and you are limiting to articles, it should be giving you articles that are only full text online available through our databases. So whenever you email the article to yourself, you will get the entire article and not just the citation or abstract. One other quick thing that I'll show you, whenever you're using Quick Search, you can use the advanced search. Let me go back to basic search and show you how I got there. So there's a little arrow to the right of your search box. You can click that, and this is where you can get a little more specific with your search. So if you're looking for items by a particular author, you can target that field, and then you can just kind of combine different types of searches with this search. Now let's take a look at the library's catalog. One of the things about Library Quick Search, if you have a particular article that you're looking for, you can type in the title of the article, and a lot of times it will work and it'll tell you if we have that article. I would say if that doesn't work for you and you do a title search on an article or you do a title search on a book and it tells you we don't have it, don't completely rely on that to be accurate. It's a new tool, it's wonderful, but we're still kind of tweaking it a bit. So if you are looking for a specific article or a specific book, UCAT is actually the best place to go for that. You can go to the Books and More link. And UCAT searches kind of what you're searching whenever you're searching in UCAT. All of our books that we have in print, any of our videos, we have DVDs in the library, anything that's physically located in the library, those are going to come up in your search. Also, if you're looking for journals, we have them in print, those are going to come up in your search whenever you're searching in UCAT. Also, any ebooks that we have, those ebooks are going to come up in your search, and any e-journals are also going to come up whenever you're searching UCAT. So one thing to be aware of, the difference between Library Quick Search and UCAT. If you're looking for articles, this is not the place to go. You're gonna want to go over to Library Quick Search. UCAT does not search at the article level. It just searches as deep as the journal. This is a good place to go if you are looking for a specific book. You can do a title search. It does default to a keyword anywhere search, so this is going to search within the title of the book, the table of contents, the subject headings. We'll go ahead and do a quick search. Cognitive psychology. And you can use those quotes whenever you're searching a phrase here as well. And just to show you, I know that I just talked about this a bit, but you can see all of the different items that you're searching whenever you're searching in UCAT. So ebooks, e-journals, DVDs, any musical recordings that we have online, or actually in the library, located in the library, you're going to find those. And then you'll also see where you can limit to particular areas of the library. So if we know we want to find a book on cognitive psychology, we can limit to the JPL stacks. And of course, all of these are available as filters, just like with Library Quick Search. Whenever you get your results, you can go ahead and narrow by location if you want to do it that way, or you can just do it from the beginning of your search page here as well. So I'm just going to leave it alone and we'll do a search. And we didn't find anything, probably because I spelled cognitive wrong. So change that. And about 534 items that we're getting. And then you'll see your different filters over here. So if we know we want a book on cognitive psychology, we may want to limit to the JPL stacks. So I have about 203, and these should all be books. And UCAT does do a relevance sort. If I do want something that is maybe newer, we can do a publication date descending, and that's going to give me those newer books that we have on cognitive psychology. So a few things to note from the results page that are important. Of course, you get the title of the book, the author. The call number is here, and this is something that you're going to need if you want to find that book or get it from the stacks. You're going to need to get the call number, and then it tells you if the book's available, and that's just, it's not checked out right now. So this one is, it's in the stacks, and it's ready for someone to go find it and check it out. And then you'll see where the item is located. And for some items, whenever you're searching in UCAT, you'll see we have multiple holdings available. That just means we have more than one copy of that item. So we have a couple of copies of this one. And this particular book is actually on reserve at the front desk. So that means it just has a shorter checkout period. It's probably a required reading for a class. Pop back over into this first one. Few things I want to show you. So you can see your table of contents. Some of our records have this information, some don't. A lot of the newer books that we've been adding into the collection do actually have the table of contents. The call number, one of the nice things that you can do is you can go ahead and text the location to yourself. So this will send you the call number for this book to your phone. So you can get the call number and you can send multiple call numbers to your phone, and then that way whenever you go to the stacks you have all the information you need to find those books. Whenever you are in the catalog, and actually you can access your library account from our homepage as well. You'll see the My Account link whenever you're searching in UCAT. And this is where you can go, you can log in with your My UTSA username and password. And you'll be able to see any books that you have checked out, and you can renew them online. I don't think I have any books checked out right now, but you can change any of your personal information here as well. So anything related to your personal library account, you're going to be able to edit any preferences that you have. If you've requested any articles through the Get It For Me service, you'll be able to see those here as well. And again, the important thing to know about this is if you do happen to have any books checked out and you need to renew them because the due date's coming up, this is the place where you can go to renew those online. So different types of searches you can do in UCAT. Most of the time you're probably going to do that keyword anywhere because it searches anywhere within the record, the title, the table of contents. But again, you can do, if you're looking for a particular journal, if you want to see if we have access, you can search here and it'll tell you if we have it in print or online. It gives you all of our different access options for a particular journal. The expert keyword search is something that you can do. You may be familiar with Boolean searching or using connectors in your search, and this is where you can use those and, ors, or nots in your search and get a little more specific with your search. You can also see the advanced search tab. There are some options available here that are not available on the main screen, so just want to make you aware of that. So this is where you can do, just like with Library Quick Search, there's the advanced search. You can target multiple fields within a single search whenever you're using the advanced search here. And you're going to see some different limits that you may not see from that main screen. So if you happen to may not be getting what you're looking for using the basic search, you might pop over to the advanced search. And I like this search because it's a little more guided. So it's a little more structured and it's a little easier to see or to get specific with your search here, I think. Okay. Let's go back to our home page. I know that I talked about the databases, but I want to kind of go, at this point, go into a single database right now. So if we know a database that we want to use, for example, PsycInfo, that might be a good one for me to take a look at for research on cognitive psychology. Then I can come to the databases screen, and I'm looking for PsycInfo, so I can click P. And again, just all of the databases that we have access to, alphabetical by title. And we'll see that we have a couple of different links for PsycInfo. And the one that we want is actually, I believe, the second one. Yeah. So all of our databases pretty much look like this. We have databases available from different companies, different vendors, but they all pretty much are laid out the same way. So you're going to see your search boxes up here at the top, and then you'll see where you have your connectors, the and, or not. We'll go ahead and do cognitive psychology. And just like with quick search, we'll go ahead and maybe run our search just with those keywords. I think I misspelled cognitive again. And what's nice about some of our databases, it'll say, did you mean cognitive? Yes, I did. Let me go ahead and have it run that search for me. Getting a lot more articles. We might want to narrow this down a bit so we can put quotes. Still getting a lot, but just like Library Quick Search, you'll see that you have limits, and we maybe want to look at those scholarly journal articles here. And we could keep playing with this a little bit and maybe throw in some other keywords. Yeah, now we have about 8. So you can click the title of the article. It's going to give you the abstract, the little summary of the article. A lot of these tend to be longer, so these abstracts are going to save you some time as you're skimming through your search results. This particular article doesn't look like we have it full text. You should see a full text PDF link out beside an article if we do happen to have it full text online. Like this one, there's a link to full text, so that article is available full text online. This one is not. The way that you can go about getting that, you can use the Find It at UTSA button. And you're going to see this in a lot of our databases. And all it does is it looks to see if our other databases have the full text of that article. And if they do, it'll take you straight to the PDF of that article. If we don't happen to have the article, then it'll give you some options for requesting it. So this particular article, it's looking like we don't have it online. And you can see, it'll tell you if there aren't online access options, it'll tell you right underneath the citation whenever you get to this initial screen after clicking Find It. It doesn't look like we have it in our databases, but you can go ahead and do a Get It For Me request. And I really want to encourage you guys to use this. It's a great It's a really great service. It's completely free and fast. If you're requesting an article, it takes about 48 hours from the time you submit your request until you get it emailed to you. So we look to see if other libraries have that article whenever we receive your request. And we find it, get it from another library, and we'll email the PDF to you. And all you have to do whenever you're using that Find It button is just hit Submit Request. And that's it. And you can check on the status of your request at any point. You can log into your Get It For Me account. The Get It For Me login is the very same thing that you use for your library account. It's your MyUTSA username and password. Same thing you use to access our databases. Same thing you use for Blackboard. We try to make it simple and keep it easy for you. We have covered quite a bit. One of the things that I wanted to mention also, I have interlibrary loan and document delivery on here, but that's basically the same thing as Get It For Me. Basically requesting materials from other libraries. We do have an awesome special collections at the UTSA libraries, and a lot of our materials, the focus is on San Antonio, Texas history, that kind of thing. We have wonderful special collections librarians, and if you do have any questions about finding resources specific to San Antonio or maybe anything in the San Antonio area, they're going to be a really awesome resource for you. The special collections is linked on our homepage. Let me show you that. We'll go back to home. And you can click Special Digital Collections. We do have some materials online, so you can search those, but if you do have any questions about the collections, what I would recommend is go to the contact information page, and you're going to see our librarians' info, all the staff in special collections, and you'll see where you can email them directly. So I would really encourage, if you have any research related to Texas history, they are awesome and really wonderful at helping out. We've actually already covered what's in UCAT, but I want to show you a visual. So whenever we're searching in UCAT, just to kind of sum up what we've done today, you're going to get book records, and you're going to get records for periodicals that we have in print at the library. You're going to get DVDs, CDs, and then also any microfilm or microfiche records. Those are kind of going away a bit, but we do still have some, so you will see some of those potentially coming up in your search, just depending on what kind of research you're doing. I know it can be a little confusing with all of the tools that we have available, so I thought these last few slides would kind of talk about the different tools and which is best for what use, just depending on what you're needing. So in UCAT, you are also getting, in addition to print, you're getting any books that we have online, any ebooks, the records for those. Now the actual content for those ebooks actually lives outside UCAT. So whenever you get an ebook record, when you're searching in UCAT and you click that link, it's going to take you into the database that has the full content. So that actual ebook content, while the records exist in UCAT and you can find them and they're searchable there, the actual content is going to live outside UCAT in a database. So within UCAT, you're getting those e-journal records as well, so journals that we have online that you can access through our databases. So those are the records for the journals, but the actual articles, the content of those journals are located in our databases. So you would click out whenever you get an e-journal record, and it will take you into the database that has those articles in that journal. Just kind of summing up what's in Library Quick Search, you're getting everything in UCAT, and you're also getting any of the content of our ebooks and our articles available in our databases. And just like I mentioned whenever I was searching, you're getting some content from other libraries. Some of the content from our databases, not everything is in Library Quick Search, but most of it is. So there are a few things that you may not be getting from our databases whenever you're using Library Quick Search, but for the most part, you're getting most of that content whenever you're searching. Google Scholar. And so Google Scholar is going to give you everything that we have in Library Quick Search, but there are going to be some things that we don't have access to whenever you're searching in Google Scholar, but you can always request those through the library. So there's going to be some overlap in the content that's in Google Scholar and what we have. Some of the things are going to exist outside what the library has, but you can, again, always get those. I didn't show you Google Scholar. Let's take a quick peek at that. There's a couple of important things I want to show you. Google Scholar, whenever you're searching it from the library homepage, it will give you linking, full text linking, or linking to any articles that we have full text online through our databases. I'll just do a quick search here. And one of the things that's really important to note is that you'll see out beside to the right if the PDF is available online, either freely available from another website, you'll be able to access it that way, but always look for those links out to the right. And if we actually have an article, you're going to see it's available. You can just click and it should take you straight to it. And it's being a little slow this morning. Here we go. And then sometimes if you get a page like this, you just look for that read article button, click it, and then it'll take you in to the database that has that. And then we can see our article, and sometimes you have to look around a little bit. Sometimes the PDF is over to the right, sometimes to the left. In this case, it's up at the top. So there's our full article. Whenever you're using Google Scholar, I think it's a wonderful tool, One of the things that you might want to do is you can bookmark the link for Google Scholar. So let's go back. So if you go back to our homepage, Google Scholar, if you bookmark this link, you'll always see full text linking if we have any of that content through the UTSA libraries. It's always going to show you the content that we're already paying for access to. So you can go ahead and just bookmark this from your computer. That way you'll always see that. If you go to regular Google Scholar, scholar.google.com, you're not going to see those links to anything that you already pay for access to through the UTSA libraries. So it's a really great tool and a wonderful place if you're just getting started with your research too, just like Library Quick Search. We are always here to help. I know that I covered a lot of information and it can be overwhelming, and sometimes, you know, it might seem so simple when someone is demoing or doing a search and it looks simple, but I know that it's actually, in reality, it's not so simple. We're always here if you have questions. You can always get in contact with your research specialist, and we're more than happy to help you out. You can email us directly, call us, just let us know what you need, and we're happy to help.